Good evening. Let me say thank you for a little bit of patience and understanding in the distance and a little bit of variance on the class scheduling. I want to thank Natalie and friends for working with me, and we're going to change the formatting just slightly while we're working together through Resesrch business methods. My name is Ron Harvey, and as always I look forward to working with each and every one of you, and this is one of my favorite classes that I get to teach for any of the colleges and universities that I have an opportunity to be a professor at. I get some of the best quality work, and a lot of the students that I've worked with in not only this class but your last class that are put together and with one in between have understood the true value of what an internal consultant is, and taking the application from these projects with true research design, with true problem statements and research questions, great research, have not only propelled their career, but truly understood the benefit of research and how it not only applies individually, but on a larger scope from an organizational component. All of the classes that you've taken so far should have some reflective energy and should also have some material that you can apply throughout the course of these 5 weeks and the last 5 weeks that we work together. Now, I'll be shooting videos along the way each week, and they won't just be YouTube videos. I'll shoot one as tonight with an introduction, and I'll also shoot short videos for your chapter material. I'll also throw in just little bitty videos that sometimes the concepts of qualitative and quantitative research, understanding how it applies, and some of the simplicity of understanding variables can become very complicated. These are short videos. Some of them are a little silly, but they really break it down and give you an easy approach to understanding. What I'd like you to think about is what we're looking for in terms of course expectations. First of all, congratulations on your effort and energy so far. And a lot of times, right as we get to the end, you've got this class, you've got the last class with me and one in between. It's tough to keep that energy going because there's always this thing called life that gets in the way, and I'm well aware of that. But I also want you to remember that this is what elevates you to complete your degree, and it's going to take some energy and some dedication and some effort. Now, tonight I'll talk a little bit about expectations, and part of that is APA formatting. I have a level of expectation that should come with the degree that you're earning, but it's also about understanding the difference between what subjective and objective writing is. The APA is a nice formatting approach, and I want all of you to utilize that not only for your individual projects, but also for your discussion boards and your writing assignments each week. I do expect at least 2 references minimum for your discussion boards each week, and that's in weeks 1, 2, 3, and 4. Week 5 is purely just feedback on the course, which I very much appreciate. I want to see at least 3 to 5 references in your writing assignments to help support what you're trying to state. In your final project for this session, at least 15 references to support that, and closer to 30 in your final project that you'll do in the second series, or your final project in the last 5 weeks. The difference between subjective and objective is the subjective is purely coming from your thoughts, how you feel about the scenario and what you're bringing to the table, which I absolutely encourage you to utilize. That's part of the process. But we move that from subjective to objective by providing material that will help support your thoughts. And just like any other marketing approach, when you put together a research question, a problem statement, you're filling or attempting to fulfill a perceived value and need for the company that you're doing the project for. There's lots of research that we'd like to do, but from a business component, it has to have value, some type of intrinsic value. And in the second set of 5 weeks, we'll talk about return on invested capital and how your project will add value and how you measure that. Like anything else that we purchase because the item is fulfilling a need that we currently have. You have to think about that same approach as you're working through this process. Now, you might have noticed that I did some syllabus changes, just slight ones, and I did that to help streamline each week. You had a reflective journal and a discussion board, and what I've done is provide that under one discussion board. Each discussion board in weeks 1, 2, 3, and 4 have 2 points. A lot of times I'll get asked, well, what about word count? I'm looking for the quality and the effort that's placed into the discussion board, not how long that particular discussion board is. And if anyone's familiar with Strunk and White, it talks about how to abbreviate. And I've read the same scenario broken down in 5 pages and broken down in 1 page, both saying the exact same thing, but is refined in such a way that the same material is placed in a more condensed matter. So I'm looking at what you've provided for material to help answer those 2 points each week. The writing assignments in the first 2 weeks, again, all of your writing assignments will be an APA submitted in a Word document. Make sure that we get the 3 to 5 minimum references for the writing assignments, and then in week 3 you'll submit a rough draft. And that rough draft is so that I can give you feedback on how you're doing on the first part of this research project that you're undertaking. And remembering, part of research is time. If you look at the time that you have the first night, 15 weeks total from right now until you're done with this program. Tonight takes away 1, that leaves you 14 weeks. The last 2 nights of the 2 classes I'll be with you, those are presentations, so that takes away 2 more, that leaves you 12 weeks. You have 5 weeks of a class in between, that leaves you 7 weeks of hard work and energy to do the research and the dedication. And that's, whether that is qualitative or quantitative or mixed methodology, that takes time. And we'll discuss those in later videos and understanding what those truly mean. But time is an element that we don't get back, so I encourage you to take the opportunity to ask questions, to work as a team, and not a team project, but to assist each other along the way. That being said, I'm also availing myself each week, and as part of your expectation for attendance points, for a minimum of 15 minutes on a conference call. Now, again, that's just a call between each of you. There's 8 of you. Or you can I'll set up a Skype call if you'd rather talk that way. I'll let you choose the medium, and I'll also let you choose the time in the evening. It doesn't necessarily have to be Monday night. I will be available every Monday night, but sometimes it is better for your schedule if you have another time available. Choose Monday night to make a decision of when we can speak each week. Ask those questions that you just can't quite resolve. And that's not the only time that we are able to communicate. When you're working on a project, you're doing your research, you're setting up your research questions, or just coming up with the problem statement, the true broken down research question, and the approach that you're going to take, pick up the phone and call me. The number on the syllabus is my cell phone. Now, if I am working with a client, I'm in a trial at the time, or I happen to be in another class, or we're taking care of family, send me a text and let me know briefly what you need, and I'll respond quickly and let you know within a couple of hours when I'll be available. And when I state that, that means that I'll reply and give you a time block of 10 or 15 minutes within a couple of hours that we can speak, because that's when you're working on something. That's when you need the questions answered. So whether that is Monday through Friday or Saturday and Sunday, take the opportunity to reach out and ask those questions that need to be asked. Now, week 5 again is pure feedback on the discussion board, and That is like any exit interview, if you've ever had one through an organization, which is part of your quantitative research from a corporate capacity. We ask questions and get feedback on how our company did, what you thought. And if we're a true progressive organization, we're utilizing those answers because we know that's when you'll be at your most honest. Not concerned about bias or fear or future implications, which is a lot of what can impact your research as well. That is the process that I want you to consider as you give the feedback in week 5. I'm very thick-skinned, and this is an opportunity to not only assist in the upcoming 5 weeks, but it doesn't just help you, it helps all the classes that come behind you. So take the opportunity to give me honest feedback. Tell me what you liked, tell me what you didn't like. Again, I want to congratulate your energy and effort so far. I'm here to support you along the way, and I look forward to working with each and every one of you as we progress down this research path. You guys have a wonderful evening, and I look forward to speaking with you very, very soon. Take care and have a good night.